Alright, welcome back to another episode of Caboose Restoration. I know we haven't been at this for a while. We've kind of taken an intermission since our last episode when we painted the inside of Ocean Green. But today, we're going to be conquering something new. Something that we've been wanting to conquer for a while and that needs to get done is we have ordered decals for the Caboose. These are vinyl graphics from a company online called Miracle Graphics, and very fair price. She printed them really good, and there's a ton in here, and we have all the reporting marks and the logo, and they look really good. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try to apply this logo, and it's going to go right here. Remember, we made this flat spot on both sides, so we have a decent surface to apply it to. It's not totally flat, but it's better than the regular grooves. And so we're going to see how that comes out. We're going to try our best, and we'll get back to you when it's done. So we're not going to film it being done, but we'll show you the finished product, and hopefully it looks really good. Alright, well, look at the amazingness right there. Look how awesome that looks. That's just beautiful. So what we did to put this on, it was on a film like this, and it has a backing paper, and then a paper called transfer tape on the front that's clear. And then what we did is we made a tape hinge on the top. We peeled the backing paper off, so the vinyl glue that was on the vinyl would stick. And then so we brought it down and used a squeegee that was supplied with the decals. That's also a good thing. I like the place where we got these from. They give you everything you need. And so you got the squeegee, and then what we did, since this is sticky, we came down here and just pulled it down, taking our time at a sharp angle all the way down, and make sure those letters were pressed down really good, all the yellow. And then after that was done and we were happy with it, actually before we did that, when we had most of it pressed down and then looking good, we came with a blow dryer because heat makes the vinyl expand a little bit so it can wrap around some of these grooves. And that worked out really good, by the way. And so after we were done with that and we were happy, we smoothed it out a little bit more and then slowly peeled off the transfer tape at a 45-degree angle, at a very sharp angle, to make sure nothing peeled up, which it didn't, which is good. And we were left with this. And so, once we were left with this, it looks a lot better now, but before there were a bunch of air bubbles in it because the vinyl gets air trapped beneath it. So what we did is we got an X-Acto knife and just took our time and went across and poked out each one of the bubbles and smoothed them out with a microfiber cloth to make sure they're no longer existent, and it looks really good. Look at that. So our next project with this is we have some striping. She also supplied us some things for the stripe. It's just basically automobile pinstriping that's really thick. And we're going to cut it so it matches the radius of the circle best we can. And then we're going to lay it down just like it's a decal. So that's what we're doing next. Alright, well the decals on this side, at least the yellow, is finished. We got the stripes on and the logo. And you see the stripes carry all the way down the side of the Caboose. And believe it or not, the stripes were the hardest part, because what we had to do is we had to make sure they were all spaced correctly from the bottom up. It was from the bottom here, it was 5 1/4 up to this bottom edge of the stripe. So what we had to do is on each stripe section we had to make sure that was the same. And we also had to cut around the logo here to the radius on the stripe. So believe it or not, that was a little tougher than we thought it would be, but we did it, and it looks really, really good. So we'll get a few more shots of the finished decals on this side here for you. Okay, so we decided to tackle some of the white decals. And you can see how many she gave us. This is awesome. If you guys ever need decals, that's the place to go. So, yeah. So, right now, basically, we're trying to figure out what white decals go on this side. Because once we have it here, why keep flipping it over? And so, in the package, she gave us this diagram of where everything goes. So, we have the logo. We have the numbers. The reporting numbers. And right now we're about to put on the watch your step decal on the top steps. And we also need to put on the weight reporting marks and all the stuff, everything else, the repack dates, the build dates, these tiny little marks down here that kind of look like small Santa Fe logos. So after all that, it's going to look pretty cool. As you can see, we got the white reporting mark down here. And it looks pretty awesome. What we had to do is we had to use a blow dryer to stretch the vinyl to get it in the grooves. And I say it came out pretty dang cool. So, let's put on some more white decals. Well, as you can see, it's not that easy to apply these. As you were watching me, as I was peeling back the transfer tape, you saw some of the letters stuck to the transfer tape. I don't know if you saw that, but they did. And that's because it's kind of difficult to get in here with such a small decal and actually
it's hard to get the proper peel back.
Get the proper peel angle and to actually seat it down. So with these, it's a little tough, but we got it, and it looks pretty good. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're basically going to show you how we put on the vinyl decals. Here you see we have a little reporting mark that goes down here towards the bottom. This is the road number, and as you see on the plan that she gave us, focus, there's the road number, there's batteries, water fill, and fuel oil. We also have those here as well. So right now is we're going to show you how I put on this decal right here. So here's the process. Okay, I'm going to figure out where I want to place it. This one is not too critical. It doesn't need to be too square, but just eyeball it. What do you think about right there? I want to leave enough room for the grab iron.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because the grab iron will go like that.
Yeah.
I want to square the letters, not the paper. And so I'm going to say that's about good. Like I said, it doesn't need to be too perfect. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to get my squeegee right here. And we're going to peel back the backing. Watching not to peel up any letters. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down. I don't know if you can see, but just watch as best you can. And then I'm just going to bring it down like this. Squeegee them on. Squeegee at a sharp angle. Make sure we seat those letters. And letters. Okay. Just give a little bit of heat here. So right now we have a blow dryer, and we're just going to give a little bit of heat just to make sure they seep while I squeegee them. Okay, so they look pretty good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna peel off the transfer tape at a very sharp angle, 180 degrees to the workpiece, just like that. It's gonna go along. Make sure watching no letters peel up, just like that 3 just did. So if some do peel up, just push them down. Continue on our way. Just like that. And as you can see, it's beautiful right on there. Fresh new decal. So that's how we're doing all of decals basically. And so now you know, and we'll continue on our way. Alright, so as we're coming along, we have all these markings down here for the batteries, fuel, oil, and water fill, along with the road number down here. Now we're starting to lay out the other reporting marks as these little logos, the built dates, and these marks. As well as those back there. So we'll get back to you when we have those down. Okay, well after hours of working with this stuff, I'm starting to get pretty good at it. Starting to get good at putting it through the grooves. We know a system now, and man, it turned out pretty good. We're done with this side. We have all the decals down here, the watch your steps at each end, and we'll give you a rundown at each end of where stuff's at. So all the decals are on, and at the left side, we have the lightweight. This might be new to you guys. Get it? This is a new date, so this isn't identifying that it was rebuilt in the Phoenix shops here in Phoenix in October 2014 is when it'll be finished. Got a road number down here. This is the batteries compartment, fuel, oil, water fill. These are actually, I'm not sure what these are for, but these are tiny little crosses that the Santa Fe put on their cabooses, so those are cool. Another one right there. Of course, you got the logo. Right here is the reporting mark and the road number. 313 signifies that I got this car in March 2013. 001 means it's my first car that I've ever had. And then as I keep accumulating more cars, that'll go up to 002, 003, etc. This is the built date. As far as I know, this Caboose was built in February 1989, the same year as the engine and month. Repacked. We're not really repacking the bearings because obviously we can't do that, but we are putting grease on the trucks, so close enough, 1014. 2-inch HF comp shoes, another one of those crosses, and CE4. I'm not quite sure what that means, but it's supposed to go there, and another watch your step. So it looks pretty good. We'll get some overall shots for you guys. See here, here's a before shot of the other side. We're about to begin the decal work on the other side. You can see how bare it is without anything on it, but we're about to put the logo right here. We just cleaned the surface. And we're going to repeat everything over again. We'll get back to you. Alright, well as you can see we got the logo on here. And we're gonna take a break for today. As you can see, we got this logo on here. We're thinking about next weekend. We're going to. I'm not gonna make this 2 episodes because that'd be a waste. So stay tuned for part 2 of this single episode coming to you in a few seconds. Of next weekend, we're gonna finish the striping and all the rest of the decals on this left side of the caboose. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you next weekend. Over and out. Alright, well, we're back here again to continue this episode of Caboose Restoration. As you remember from a few seconds ago, we put all the decals on the other side, and we're ready to go with this side. As you can see, we got the logo on there. And what we're about to do now is we're going to put the stripe on, just like you saw us do on the other side. So we're measuring out the pieces, and we're just going to lay them on there and cut them to fit. Okay, we have all the striping on the caboose here. Pinstriping in between the logo. So now we move on to the white lettering. So let's get on to that. Alright, so basically with the white lettering, what we're going to do is, you already saw us put it all on the other side, so we're going to go ahead and put all the white lettering on, and we'll show you the finished product after we're done. Alright, one more thing before we move on here. I'm getting the white lettering laid out right now. And what's different about the white lettering on this side is most of the lettering is opposite of the other side. So if you remember from looking at the picture, once you've seen the picture, you can tell that the repacked and this lettering here, besides the water fill fuel oil batteries and the ATSF 313001, is all at the front of the caboose. As you can see, we were looking at the back. Then, as you can see, as we're looking at the front, we have the lightweight and the new markings at the front, when, as you saw in the picture, they were at the back. And so the reason why I think the railroads did this was because as you're looking at them in the yard, these markings always stay consistent with the left side, and these markings always stay consistent to the right side. Even though they're at different positions on the caboose. So I tried to portray that here, and I think this is the correct way to do it, as I've seen with prototype pictures and things online. We have a side project. If you remember these little walkways from the roof, you remember that they had little holes in them that they nailed in before, and they were tacked into the roof. Well, we didn't want to screw things up because, as you can see from the roof, there's barely any holes there. I mean, there are, but good luck getting a nail in there. So we filled in the holes with wood putty, and now what we're going to do, as you can see, they're in pretty rough shape because we sanded the old paint off of them, and we're going to go paint them. Alright, they are done, so let's get back. Now, I'm going to show you what these look like when they're all put on. So hold on just a second. Alright, well, we're back after an hour or two, and you can see that all the white lettering is on, and everything with decaling and the lettering is officially done. All the decals are on, every single thing, everywhere on the caboose, and the decaling face is done. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of how we put the lettering on the caboose. As you can see, we even have the opposite style lettering here, because these reporting marks should always remain on the right side of the car, and these should always remain on the left. So, with that, we are done. So let's flip it upright and get a look at it that way. Dang, looks beautiful. Alright, so we'll let you enjoy the beautiful decal work here on the caboose. And let's roll those clips, shall we? Alright, well thanks for watching this episode of Caboose Restoration. As you see from the pictures, the decals look great. So I couldn't have been happier with how they came out. I think they look so awesome. So once again, where we got them was a company called Miracle Graphics. You can probably find them on Discover Live Steam on the internet. And they make really good graphics. So I'm super pleased with how they came out. I think they look awesome. So that's it for this episode of Caboose Restoration. And we'll see you all next time. Over and out. Something that, or I should probably get closer to the camera, huh? I can cut this out. Hold on a sec, we need to find the squeegee. What do you do with the squeegee?
Over here.
No, what do we do with it? Where's the squeegee?
I'm out on your camera.
Okay, I found the squeegee. Alright, so then, after the backing paper was off, we got a squeegee. Alright, well, we decided that... What the... That's kind of strange. And 00 run... 00 run. Run, one, run! Crap, we don't want to film that. So we'll get back to you.
Repeat.
Huh?
Rinse and repeat.
Rinse, okay. We're going to repeat everything over again. Come on, focus. There we go. We put on all the logos, not logos, there's one logo. And someone's got to walk through the door. Okay. Alright, we'll redo that then. If I can focus. If you remember these little walkways from the roof. Oh! Done. Might not have caught my voice there.